Hello everyone, this is Jeff with EMB Nerd, and today we're going to be talking about the different fabric types that you can set in Chroma. Currently I have Chroma Inspire open. This is the same way to do this in Lux and Plus. I just happen to have Inspire open, so that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and click on New Design, and it'll pull up a new design for us here. And they're tabbed, so I can go back and forth. And we are going to digitize a satin stitch. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to make it approximately from this grid line to that grid line. And I'm going to hold the shift key as I come down to lock it to that axis. And we're going to go here. I press enter. It's going to ask for my start point and my stop point. And now we have a satin stitch. And I like to turn on the 3D view because I like it. Personal preference. So what we're going to do is we're going to look over here at our pull compensation. You can currently see that it is set at none. Here is our density, and you can see that that is at a 0.5. So we're going to go with our select tool. We're going to come up here, and we're going to go to Tools, General Options. Now you look at this picture here where it says Environment, and you see Default Style and Default Palette. And really what this default style should say is default fabric type. So I'm going to click here and you're going to see that now we have canvas, cap, dog collar, fleece, jeans, leather. So if we're digitizing for a cap, we would select cap and we would hit OK. And we're going to digitize another satin stitch. So I'm going to grab my satin tool and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make it the same width across and the same length roughly. Start point, stop point, and I'm going to change the color of it. We'll go ahead and select it. We're going to change the color of it to red. Okay, so visually looking at these, you can already tell that there's a difference. This is more dense. So we'll click on it and we'll look at our density values. So our density has changed from a 0.5 to a 0.4 now, and our pull compensation has went from nothing to absolute and a 0.3. So these are the settings for pull compensation and density that you would use for a hat. Now let's say we were digitizing for a different fabric. So we could go up here and we could go to Tools, General Options, and let's see what the default fabric type is for woven cotton. And we'll hit OK. And we will make another satin stitch right here. Start point, stop point. And let's take a look at our values. So our value is our pull compensation is an absolute and it's 3.3. And our density has now opened up to a 0.5. So this would be the normal, this one is cap, and this one I'm going to change it to yellow or gold. I kind of like that color to kind of see the difference. So this was our normal, this one was cap, and this one was the woven that we just picked last. Now if we look at these, the reason why it didn't change everything in the document is if I'm digitizing and I take this and I realize, okay, I've got the wrong pull compensation. I come in here and I manually edit it to a 0.3. So if I go back and I change my fabric type, when it goes to look at all the objects, it's going to say, well, wait, he's manually specified some of this stuff, or maybe I haven't, but it's going to look at the settings that are already there and assume that I've manually specified them. And so it's not going to change the ones that are existing. It's only going to apply to future digitizing that I do. Now, if I do create a new document here, it will still be at the last fabric that I set. So we picked woven cotton last, so it will be at woven cotton for every new document that I open until I change it to something else. Now, these default fabric types, they don't change the underlay in between the objects. So if I select that one, you can see that the underlay is parallel. That one, the underlay is also parallel, and that one, the underlay is also parallel. So you still need to edit your underlay settings, and you may have to go in and adjust a few other things, but for your pull compensation and your density, it's going to help a lot to be able to digitize those without having to know the numbers. You can select the fabric and look at the numbers that they give you based on that fabric and use that as your guide moving forward. So that is how you deal with the default fabric type for your designs. My name is Jeff. I am with EMB Nerd. Have a great day.